So someone told me to make this video, and I thought it was a good idea because I have also thought these things that they were talking about. They asked about, they wanted to manifest $25,000 into their PayPal account, but they couldn't help but think that this money was coming from somebody else, and they were worried that if it was somebody else's or something that they would lose it, which I've thought both of these before. I've had a really spiritual person tell me that, like, you know, oh, they've learned all this stuff and that I'm stealing the energy, like harnessing the energy, and it's coming from somebody else, and like coming from, like, so if I was to manifest like $500,000, he was basically saying that it would be like me taking the energy from an old person, which, you know, that stuck with me a long time, and I felt really fucking bad, and I was like, fuck, like, that kind of sucks to think that, but that's also a limiting belief. If you feel like it's gonna come that way, then it could, but I would rather just assume that it's like just gonna come out of thin air, or maybe come from the government somehow. I'm not gonna assume that it's gonna come from an old lady's kidney or some shit. So yeah, I honestly think that all these beliefs, all these things that show up in your 3D reality, I think it's almost like a form of self-sabotage, because you don't believe you can have it, and so you kind of put up these walls, or you don't feel like you deserve it, or you think it's impossible. So what was the other thing that this person said? This other person said, oh, they were worried about losing it, because I worried about that too. I was like, if I get like 500K into my bank account, because somebody on Sammy's success group apparently manifested $500,000 in a week or something, and it just landed in her bank account, and I would worry. I'd be like, okay, like, clearly this isn't my money. Like, my brain would automatically be like, there's no fucking way that the bank's just gonna let me keep $500,000. Like, I'd be like, this accidentally went into my account, and I'm not gonna get to keep it. But I want to tell you something. When I used to do OnlyFans, don't judge me, I had put the wrong account information into where my money would go. So for a while, my money would just fucking go into somebody else's account. But once it's in your account, they can't really take it out. Like, once it's in there, it's in there. There's nothing they can do. They can try to reimburse you. See, and this is why it scared me too, that I was like, maybe I am stealing from some other person or something. But nothing really exists without your light, without your awareness. So it's like the people outside of your awareness technically don't, like, really exist. Like, they do, but they exist in your mind. You believe that they exist outside of you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So they don't really technically exist. But they, I don't know. It's a complicated thing. There's a huge rabbit hole on that. But the point is no, you're not stealing it from anybody. And if it goes into your account, just know that it's yours already. Once it's in your bank account, they can't do anything. Or, you know, maybe they can. I don't fucking know. If it's a big amount of money, maybe they can. But I would just say that, no, this is mine. I manifested this. This is staying with me. Because, yeah, you saying all these things of why you can't keep it is you self-sabotaging and not giving yourself what you deserve. And that's just a story. It's a story of, like, you know, no, don't do that. Don't do that. If you want it, you can have it. You can have it in the best way possible. You can just claim that too. Like, you know, I'm gonna get $500,000 in a way that I believe that it's mine, and I believe that I can keep it. Just say that. But stop self-sabotaging yourself, because I do this all the fucking time, dude. I'll find reasons why, like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, with all this stuff going on in, like, the spiritual community and stuff like that, it's like they push, like, the devil on manifestation. They make it seem like all this stuff is like demonized. It's demonized to like have what you want, like, you know, saying that God wants you to be married to one person, and it's like hard for you not to believe stuff like that, you know what I mean? But that's also just stories, dude. That's beliefs of other people. So, and you don't have to believe any of it. So, but I would do that too. I'd be like, you know what, like maybe God just wants me to be like, you know, someone that's not sexual, and like just wants me to be like with one person and get married and be a family person. But that's like just putting yourself and God in a fucking box, dude. God is expansive and limitless, and it can be whatever the fuck you want it to be. I never thought God wanted me to be that way. I've always thought God was a loving God that wants me to be fucking happy. And you know, the way they portray God, he's just this fucking like guy that's whipping a fucking whip around saying like, you're not gonna be happy or get into the gates of heaven unless you abide by my every fucking rule. And I don't see God that way. I see God as like just this loving light that's like, yes, my child, like you can have anything you want. Just like all giving, all loving, all peace. Like, that's how I see God. So, yeah, don't self-sabotage yourself. You can have what you want. Say it, believe it. Say, I believe I can have what I want, and I get exactly what I want because I fucking said so. Because I know that I am God, I am the source, and I am the only thing creating in this reality. And if you still don't think that you are, then you might want to keep saying those things. Or say that God's flowing through me, and God wants me to have whatever I want. Say that. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. I hope this video helped. I intend